Let's dance in style, let's dance all alone. Heaven can wait, we're only watching the skies. Hoping for the best, but expecting the worst. Are you gonna
Chop the fucking nuts.
let us die young or let us live forever? We don't have the power, but we never say never. Sitting in a sandpit, life is a short trip. The music's for the sad man. Can you imagine when the space is wide?
Welcome to Conspiracy Corner Podcast, everyone. This is Abe, your host. It is August 12th, 2025. So, as far as updates, went back to work yesterday after having a couple days off. Just enjoying myself last night. So, I did 2 videos on this. It's an update to the channel. Zelda's Adventure for Game Boy. It's a demake. I did 2 videos on this. It's in its own playlist. Go check out the Zelda's Adventure playlist. I did an unboxing video and then a review on it. So, the review, I'm still going to keep it up. Because I think it was still a good review. And I don't feel like re-reviewing it. But, I actually beat it last night. I've kept trying over and over. I was stuck in a dungeon and it kept crashing. It either kept crashing or I kept dying because I was using my wand, which is the basic item. So, finally I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Because sadly, if you use other items, it costs rupees. And I kept running out of fucking rupees, man. So, finally, I just said, fuck it. I'm just gonna, stack my chips, my rupees, and then just go in there guns a-blazing with my sword. And I did it. Beat the boss. And ended up beating that dungeon. And ended up just beating the game last night. So, I stayed up late, beat the game, and got up early. So, I'm lacking sleep. Internet is funky, so you may or may not be getting an episode on Spotify. Not sure. It's been going on and off for the past 2 days. I have no clue what's going on with Spectrum. So you will at least get an episode, knock on wood, on YouTube. That song, by the way, the opening song was Forever Young by Alphaville. But yeah, let's get on with the show. So, they keep messing with our food, the food supply. Let's face it, man, they've been doing it forever. You know, I was gay for RFK. I wanted him in. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen. Or that didn't happen, obviously. Which kind of makes me happy that I didn't vote, because with everything going on with the Epstein shit, which we will probably get into later on in this episode, we're going to talk about multiple things, I'm pretty sure. I always have a game plan, but I keep it loosey-goosey. Yeah, dude, I do have to say, man, RFK, even though I didn't get him as president like I wanted, he's doing an amazing job as far as, the health stuff. So, I do need to do an episode about some controversy with the wearables. I still haven't looked into it. I've heard he's backtracked, but I still want to talk about it and hear about it and check it out. Anyways, Bill Gates is at it again. We already know he's tied in with World Economic Forum, the Great Reset, 2030, all that jazz. He's buying up all the farmland. He's the biggest landowner. I'm pretty sure he's either the biggest or the second biggest. Sketchy shit. And he wants to basically control the food supply. And I mean, there's been all sorts of I guess you could call them whistleblowers, of just farmers coming out and saying, hey, there's all these companies offering us millions of dollars to stop farming because of carbon and all that jazz. Cow farts destroying the world. So he's been real big on like making like fake, shitty, plant-based, bug-based foods and stuff. So this is his newest thing, and this is August 6th, so a week ago, but I just now heard about it. Butter made from carbon, and it tastes like the real thing. Getting backing from Bill Gates, of course, of all people. Now, I do have to say, like, I did want to do, like, multiple food-based, not even really so much a podcast, but, like videos, kind of like my older style before I started podcasting of, like, taste test reviews and stuff. I want to do, like, some of this Great Reset food, like, basically try it out and taste test it. You know, maybe compare it to the real thing. There was another video I wanted to do where ice cream is not melting anymore. Creepy shit. We talked about that on previous episodes. World Economic Forum, the guy who's replacing Klaus Schwab, the guy with the evil eye. He's actually behind, like, this non-melting ice cream and shit. He was the CEO of Nestle, I believe. But yeah, let's get into this new butter. I seen the commercial for it, or it wasn't really a commercial. It was like a news broadcast of them praising it. So, butter made from carbon, tastes like the real thing, gets backing from Bill Gates. So first of all, what the hell is butter made from carbon? Let's look into it. Maybe it'll give us some details. A company in Batavia, Illinois, is making butter in a way you've never seen before. No animals, no plants, no oils. This butter is made from carbon. The sustainability-focused approach has the blessing... Wow, really? The blessing? Yeah, it'd be like black magic, Molochian blessing. And backing of Bill Gates. It looks, smells, and tastes like the butter we all know. But it's made from farmland... Made without farmland, fertilizers, or emissions tied to the typical process. Because remember, cow farts, burps, and your farts and your shit are destroying the planet. Remember, there's too many of you. We gotta go. You know, even though, like, if you've ever just jumped on a plane and, like, flown over the United States, like, you can see all the empty land and, like, little segments of city, which are highly populated, so it makes you feel like there's too many people. But, like, let's ignore all the hundreds and thousands of acres of just farmland and stuff. Like, yeah, it's ridiculous. I don't believe in overpopulation. Sorry. I've been on a plane. They want you to not believe what your eyes are telling you, you know? This unprecedented process is happening at the facilities of Savor in an industrial park in the suburbs of West Chicago. Who is Savor? Let's see this. So this is their mission statement. They see a smear of butter. We see a landscape of opportunity. They see a drizzle of oil. We see it. I kid you not, this is actually like a poem, like, and everything. I'm not just being facetious. They see a drizzle of oil. We see a cascade of possibilities. The spoon skating the surface of that ice cream. It's scooping a wave of change, and that's just about to crest. At Savor, we think the future of our food system depends on those who can see two things at once. The delicious delight of serious purpose. The massive potential of a tiny molecule, the future wrapped inside of the here and now, and above all, a world we use less to make more. So this is like definitely, they're just bought into the Great Reset. It sounds like a world we use less. So who we are? We are a company made up of scientists and nature lovers. They're Gaia worshippers. And by the way, there's nothing wrong with being a Gaia worshipper. I'm a Gaia worshipper. I'm a pagan. I'm a polytheist. But they like to take good things and invert them. Everything is an inversion to them. It's black magic, man. We are a company made up of scientists and nature lovers who are trying to build, because there's nothing wrong with trying to keep the planet clean and like clean up after yourself and, you know, like take care of Mother Earth. There's nothing wrong with that, but that doesn't mean we are like a parasite, you know, who needs to be eliminated. You know, our farts are not destroying the planet. Sorry. We are a company made up of scientists, and by the way, no one ever brings this up either, like the space programs, like, except for Jordan Maxwell, he used to bring it up. Every time they launch those things, it literally emits like thousands of tons of like jet fuel, rocket fuel into our atmosphere and planet. But they never talk about that. It's us that are the problem. Our farts, you know. Us and cow farts. We are a company made up of scientists and nature lovers who are trying to build a sustainable economy, but we're also home cooks, parents of humans, pets, and plants, and roller skating enthusiasts. A bunch of fucking nerds who believe in a future where we all enjoy foods we love without consuming our planet. Founded in 2022, we are headquartered in San Jose, California, where we are constantly thinking about how to make a more delicious, resilient future with every bite. So there you go. There's Savor. Illuminati confirmed. So Savor they got facilities in west of Chicago. Of course, Chicago, dude. Chicago's shady as fuck. By the way, Trump is doing some really creepy shit with like martial law type shit. I might get into that another episode. It's just, there's so much to cover, and I can't cover it all. Quote, so you're using this gas right now to cook your food, and we're proposing that we would like to first make your food with that gas, said Kathleen Alexander, co-founder and CEO of Savor. The company's pioneering tech uses carbon and hydrogen to make sticks of butter that anyone would recognize. First of all, I thought carbon was like a bad thing. I'm not like a scientist. I thought carbon emission was from like farts. Which, by the way, dude, like, I was talking to my mother-in-law the other day. She didn't know that, like, the water that comes out of tap is shit and piss water. I don't think that most people know that. Like, Bill Gates, there's a famous video of him drinking shit water, like them filtering it and boiling out the impurities, and like, I don't know. Everyone's like, well, it makes sense, this and that. We can't filter salt water. You're telling me they haven't figured that out? It's 2025. Like, we have all this amazing technology. They know how to filter seawater. I guarantee it, dude. They're just kind of like free energy, keeping that shit secret, along with the cure for cancer, you know? I think it's like a Molochian, Sabbatean Frankus, like, satanic, whatever you want to call it, some dark magic shit of them. They love humiliating us. They love treating us like shit. They're like, we're going to make you guys drink shit water. So, I'm not a scientist. Can someone explain this to me, how carbon is bad for the planet, but it's good to consume in our bodies? Because on one hand, that's all they talk about is carbon, carbon, carbon. We gotta cut back carbon, you know? But it's okay for you to eat. Okay. I don't know. Maybe I'm just dumb and not scientific enough, but... Quote, this is pretty novel. They love that word novel. Remember the novel coronavirus? They're obsessed with that word novel. Maybe I'll do an etymology episode. I've done 2 etymology episodes in general because it's witchcraft. Spelling, spells, cursive, curse, you know. To be able to, universe, show me how good it gets. You guys know me. To be able to make food that looks and tastes and feels exactly like dairy butter, but with no agriculture whatsoever, says Jordan Baden Charles. 2 last names. Food scientist for Savor. And without a long ingredient list the average person can pronounce. That's probably kind of good, but knowing that Bill Gates is backing it is probably not. Because they're trying to make it spin it like it's good, you know, like, hey, it's not going to have all the crazy stuff that's listed in butter. Which, okay, RFK's working on that, homie. Like, we don't need, you know, some Illuminati piece of shit working on it. RFK, my homeboy's already working on it, and I trust him more than I trust Bill Gates. I don't trust anyone, but trust him more than Bill Gates. If you put a lever in front of me and said, this lever is an execution, it's going to pull the guillotine, and it was RFK or Bill Gates, you get to choose one of them to either pull the lever or don't pull the lever. It's up to them. I'm putting the lever's hand in RFK's hand rather than Gates. Gates would just pull it in 2 seconds and laugh. It's really just our fat. Really just our fat. So we're consuming human fat? Cannibalism? Is that what you're saying? This is an actual quote. It is really just our fat. Soylent Green. Soylent Green is people. It's really just our fat, some water, a little bit of lecithin, and emulsifier. We're going to have to look into those 2. And you notice, like, they don't have a link. Like, up here, when I was looking up Savor, they had a link. You could go see what the company Savor is. They don't have a link with these 2 ingredients. So I guarantee you, they're probably shady as fuck. And I would love to, maybe we'll do the whole episode just on this, maybe, and we'll do a deep dive. Let's see what lecithin is and emulsifier is. Or maybe we'll do a whole episode on it, I don't know. Who the fuck knows? And some natural flavor and color. So, natural flavor, okay, cool. But he just says in color. So, it's probably got fucking artificial coloring. Food coloring. Cancerous, disgusting shit. Which, once again, I'm going to be gay for RFK. That is one thing, too, that he's been fighting against these food colorings, like red dye. I think it was like Red Dye 30 or something, but someone did a really good conspiracy TikTok the other day. And it's not conspiracy, but it's like that genre, you know? It's like, it was factual. They broke it down on how Red Dye 30 is literally like ground up bugs, like beetles. Disgusting shit. You will eat the bugs and you will like it. You will own nothing and like it. That's my Klaus Schwab. It's not the best. I'm working on my impressions. I'm here all week, baby. This is how it works. Fats are made up of carbon and hydrogen chains. The goal is to replicate those chains without animals or plants, and they did it. Yay, I guess. To put it in simple terms, Savor says they take carbon dioxide from the air and hydrogen from the water. So the hydrogen from the water, that don't bother me. The carbon dioxide, I don't think we should be consuming carbon dioxide. Like, put a plastic bag on your head for 5 minutes. Don't do this. I'm being facetious, YouTube. You're gonna pass out. It's not good for you. God made this beautiful thing called these little green creatures that grow out of the ground. Um, plants, yeah. Plants, trees, flowers, and they consume our carbon dioxide and turn it into this beautiful thing called oxygen. Oh wait, Bill Gates, he wants to destroy the plants. He loves the planet. But he wants to block out the sun. The main thing that plants need is the sun. I don't know. This guy, it's almost like he's a walking contradiction. To put it in simple terms, Saver says they take the carbon dioxide from the air and hydrogen from water. They heat them up, oxidize them, and get a final result that looks like candle wax. But it is in fact fat molecules, like those in beef, cheese, and vegetable oils. The entire process releases 0 greenhouse gases. So, like, they're talking greenhouse gases. Like, they're still doing the whole... All they did was they took global warming. And, look, man, when I was growing up, I bought into it. I know my dad bought into it. My oldest brother bought into it. And I ain't gonna lie, dude, like, even when I was a teenager, dude, I used to bitch about Al Gore got the election stolen from him with George Bush Jr. That was, like, one of my first conspiracy theories. So I already knew there was election fraud and stealing of elections way back then. That's why I tell you guys, man, like, I'm an old school conspiracy theorist. This is back when we thought Al Gore was a good guy, and then turns out he, like, married, like, a Rothschild's daughter or something like that. I'll have to look it up. Maybe we'll do a whole episode on it, but pretty sure he married like a Rothschild's daughter. The dude is scum. And this is back when like the left was more of the good guys as far as the right-left paradigm. And conspiracy theorists used to be liberals. Like, dude, you'd go to like a liberal cafe in Seattle back in the day, and there'd be like InfoWar bumper stickers on the wall, and that was back when InfoWars was like going hard against the Republicans, and like the liberals loved InfoWars. Back when like Blue Anon was like cool and legit, you know. That's why I tell people don't buy into the left-right paradigm. Just be a moderate, you know. I'm a classic liberal. Essentially, I'm a moderate, you know. Just try to be as moderate as possible. But what was I even saying, man? Oh, Al Gore and shit. It sounded good back then, of like, let's take care of the planet, you know. And it does. Like I said, dude, there's nothing wrong with worshiping Mother Earth and Gaia worship. But they are doing Gaia worship, an inversion of it. Of like, we are a plague upon the planet. We are parasites. We need to be killed. Not killed, but like purged, or I'm sure they would come up culling, you know. So I don't know, man. It's just it bums me out, dude. Because then like I've actually seen like the pendulum swing, and I've seen like right-wingers like purposely like trash the planet, like throw their trash on the side of the road, and they're like, fuck it, dude, they want me to buy into this gay ass Great Reset shit, fuck this planet. And it's like, yeah, but dude, we can't do the complete opposite, you know. I forget where I was going, but it wasn't important, I guess. In addition to the carbon footprint. Oh, yeah, so I guess we just kind of bought into the whole Al Gore, old school conspiracy theorists. That's what we bought into, man. Like, carbon footprint. Oh, greenhouse gases. That's what I was going to say. That's where I was at. So, greenhouse gases. That was the big thing with, back then. I'm going to show you my age and boomer and how old of a conspiracy theorist I am. The big conspiracy, the Blue Anon shit, was backed by Al Gore, was this documentary called Inconvenient Truth. Which, by the way, you could probably find it for free. Like, it's redonkulous. Everything in it is debunked. Greenhouse gases. And we didn't call it climate change. We called it global warming. That's what we called it. Global warming. For all you new conspiracy theorists, younger ones, Gen Z, whatever. Listen to this old man. So, there's this beautiful soul that walked the earth once upon a time, and he used to do this thing called Conspiracy Talk Radio, which is essentially podcasting, but back in the 90s. His name was William Cooper. He wrote a book called Behold a Pale Horse, and he did a segment, which, by the way, you could probably not find except for on Rumble or BitChute or something. You can't find it on YouTube, not on here. I keep telling y'all to get the fuck off of YouTube, but y'all don't listen. He did an amazing segment where he was talking about at the end of the world, and he had the documents, to prove it, of like the final plan is they're going to get us into like a one world government, new world order, beast system. And they're going to have us in, like, basically on house arrest. And the whole thing would be the environment. Like, there's too many people, overpopulation, our planet's dying. Even though we control weather, even though seasons are going away now, which is normal, yesterday it was 90 degrees, and then the day before it was fall. Nothing weird going on here. One of the hottest summers ever in Kentucky. Just saying, I've been here 16 years, half my life, and it's been literally scalding hot every fucking day. There's a reason why I'm podcasting inside. My phone was overheating. That's the plan. And William Cooper laid it all out. William Cooper, God rest his soul. Maybe one day I'll get to meet him. So, sorry about that side rant. In addition to the carbon footprint being much lower for a process like this, right, the land footprint is like 1,000 times lower than what you would need in traditional agriculture. Because we're running out of land. Remember what I said at the beginning of this podcast? Whatever you do, don't jump on a plane. Well, you probably can't, because they passed that new law to where you have to have that special little thing on your license. Passports to travel freely within America? That sounds unconstitutional. I ain't gonna lie, dude. There's a part of me that buys into a little bit of that, like, sovereign citizen shit. I should be able to travel wherever the fuck I want, whenever the fuck I want in America. This is America, dude. Why can't I jump on a plane and fly to Michigan right now? No, I need a passport. I need a special ID. It's getting weird out there, dude. It's getting weird, And there's a lot of people, I hear it every day, who are waking up to this shit. I hear it every day at the gas station I work at, man. From customers. More people are waking up than people believe. That's why I'm not black-pilled, dude. I still have hope. And the most important question, how does it taste? The answer is surprisingly like the butter we know and love. Which, by the way, here's a little side rant, dude. I tried to commit suicide years ago when I was going through a divorce with my ex-wife. I tried to starve and drink myself to death. I've talked about it multiple times on this channel. It fucked my stomach up. I have to deal with it to this day. But anyways, when I had gotten with my current wife, my second wife now, Samantha, she's my co-host sometimes, I wanted to live again. And I was purposely trying to fatten up. And her mother and my mother, we grew up on vegetable oil, the spread, dude. And she had never really had real butter. And dude, I got her hooked on real butter, because real butter fattens you the fuck up. Like, if you're trying to gain weight, like if you have if you struggle with like anorexia like me, like I'm kind of anorexic. I struggle eating. I purposely starve myself. I don't know, dude. I don't know where it came from, but like I struggle with it, dude. It's a mental thing up here, dude. Because even when I was a kid, I remember just freaking the fuck out. Like, I don't want to be fat. I don't want to be fat. My mom's like, dude, chill out. You know, psycho. But, butter, dude. If you're trying to fatten up, real fucking butter's where it's at, dude. Especially, like, where I had tried to drink myself to death and was starving myself to death. Yeah, fatten up, dude. Get tons of protein, like as far as like meats, carnivore diet, beef jerky, eggs, and real fucking butter if you want to fatten up, dude. But I don't know. I think I'm gonna title this something funny, like I can't believe it's not butter. I know nobody will click on it because of the title, but you're missing out on beautiful breadcrumbs. You know, hopping down the bunny trail, down the rabbit hole. But I figured we'd actually cover another subject, but maybe I'll do it later today or tomorrow. Hang on. Sorry, making a wish. We'll see. I gotta go to work in like 3 hours. I'm tired. But, oh, I have a Buy Me a Coffee account set up. And please donate, because I would like to try out some of these products and do taste test videos. And if you want to see that, I need a little bit of change. Yeah, I would like to start doing stuff like that, like more man on the street shit. Just $1 would help, dude. Just donate $1. You know, and if everyone gave $1, then like, yeah, this channel could get explode. And the thing is I would actually show you the receipts and be like, this is what I spent it on, you know, for the channel. You know, I'm not going to spend it on myself. I got myself taken care of, knock on wood, you know. It's for the channel. But I love you all. Please like, share, and subscribe. And you all have a goddamn good day, dude. Pardon my French.